Welcome to another episode of Rolling with the Rankins.
Hitched up and ready to roll, we're heading to the Texas Hill Country for our next adventure. On this episode, we're heading to Garner State Park to enjoy the Frio River, take a few hikes, and kick off 2026 with a relaxing winter camping trip.
This is our very first off-grid camping trip, and we're finding out what it's really like to live unplugged.
We're checking off a stop at Natural Bridge Caverns, right outside of San Antonio.
And staying at our very first harvest host at Southwest Farms.
We'll also give you a quick tour of the property and share what made this such an amazing experience. And is it really a camping trip without a little tire fiasco?
Thanks for joining us. Now let's get rolling.
Good morning. We're all loaded up and we're about to head out on the road. We are headed out to Garner. Did want to go through a few things that's going to be a little bit different about this trip. I have spent a lot of time installing some inverter systems and some off-grid solar systems. So we're going to kind of walk through a little bit about what we have going on with the new additions to the Rankin Riviera. So we're going to come in here first. We have a 3,000 watt inverter. We have a Renogy 60 amp solar charge controller over there. And these cables are going to be a thick 120 cable that comes around over here down through the floor. I'll show you that in a minute, but I got a battery disconnect, some shunts, and we switched over from lead acid to lithium batteries. So pretty excited to test this new 300 amp hour battery that I'll show you guys. And then that green cord comes down here right where the underbelly is, and I've just got a neutral grounding plug here right now just to cover it up to keep dirt and debris out of it. And then our MC4 connectors, since I don't have solar on the roof, we're gonna have my briefcase panels that I'm gonna show you guys that can just be set out at camp. I've got a 50-foot extension cord, so that should be plenty of length to get it into the sun, no problem. And one of the ways we're gonna be able to do this running our AC is a really cool product called Active Start. In no way sponsored, but I've had this thing for a couple of years now, and it's designed to work off generators, inverters, so it pretty much acts as a surge protector, yes, but also as a soft start for everything in the RV, as opposed to just the air conditioning or something like that. This makes pretty much everything in the RV semi-soft start. It's not as good as a direct soft start on the air conditioning, but it does work. Coming around over here, where I took off the lead acid batteries, I bought this bin from Harbor Freight for about $100, and now all of our sewer, besides the hose that's in the bumper, our chocks, our leveling blocks, and our, I guess you could call it tool to get our weight distribution hitch on and off, all goes in here now. So that's shedding a lot of room in the storage. And then back here, in case the 300 amp hour battery can't go for the entire time that we're going, back in here, I also have an EcoFlow Delta Pro. That has got a 30 amp direct connect on it. So that will allow us to kind of go back and forth, let the 12 volt battery test out the inverter. It does work, I've tested it. Let that run a little bit, but when it's time to run air conditioning, which we shouldn't have to do that much of this trip because of the weather that we're gonna have, it will allow us to run the AC absolutely no problem for a few hours on and off with or without solar. And then on the back, because we are staying at a state park and we don't want to unhook every time we need to go dump, we've got the good old dump caddy back here. Always got to have the square and compass on the trailer. So if brothers are out there, please make sure to say hi, like, and subscribe. So we're almost ready on the outside. I'm going to go inside and give you all a little tour of how we have it set up in there. Coming into the trailer, got the bedroom, got the TV just laying there. It travels really well there. One of the projects I did yesterday was finally installing the TV bracket mount for the living room area. Coming back over here. These are the solar panels I was talking about. We've got 800 watts briefcase panels inside of the refrigerator. Try to keep it really organized. I highly recommend using these clear bins. You can get them at Home Goods or Target. And under the bed is where I have the 300 amp hour lithium battery set up, and I've got a Victron Smart Shunt in there. That way I can monitor battery levels, output, etc. And then I'm also going to bring my Delta 2 by EcoFlow with the extra battery. So we have a little bit more power needs for things like the air fryer, crock pot, Starlink, and stuff like that. And then we can save the big EcoFlow Delta Pro for the air conditioning if and when we're going to need that. So that makes it, you know, spreading the power out. We just got out of our favorite starting trip spot, Buc-ee's. Got Bella a new little Buc-ee hoodie sweatshirt. We're gonna go show you real quick the world's longest car wash here at Buc-ee's in Katy.
We just got to Natural Bridge Caverns. It's a Thursday and we're going on our first tour. So we're doing the Discovery Tour and we're excited to do this. I've never done it. Shane did it when he was a kid.
Very young.
So,
Very young.
Excited to see what it's going to have. This is the largest commercial cavern in Texas, and it was only discovered back in 1960 by a group of college students. Some of the formations here are hundreds of thousands of years old, formed just one drop of water at a time. And even being underground, the temperature stays around 68 degrees year-round. The tour runs about an hour and took us through different parts of the cave. We saw massive stalactites, stalagmites, and even one formation that looked just like a lizard. It's incredible how Mother Nature creates artwork like this over time. When we entered the next room, it was completely pitch black, and when the lights came on, it was breathtaking.
Okay, so we just got done with the Natural Bridge Caverns tour, the Discovery Tour. I think it was pretty awesome. What did you think?
It's really cool.
Very humid.
Very humid.
Yeah.
A lot of steep climbs.
A lot of steep climbs. I wouldn't recommend it if you have any sort of handicap or wheelchair. It'd be tough to push somebody around in there. But if you have any mobility issues, it may not be the tour for you. A lot of steep, tight stairs and definitely some very steep inclines. But other than that, it was gorgeous.
After a little souvenir shopping and some photos, we're off to our first Harvest Host Day.
Just got all set up out here at our very first Harvest Host stay out here at Southwest Farms in Natalia, Texas. I mean, look at this. Just absolutely beautiful. Great sunset. Didn't really get all of it. Had to get set up. So we got Felina. We got Starlink Mini running into the bed of the truck with the USB-C that's going to an EcoFlow Delta 2. So we got the Delta 2 hanging out in there. Says it's going to give me 36 hours.
And then we have the Rankin Riviera all set up. There's Bella. Bella Rose. Are you camping? Trailer's all set up. And then, I know I might have showed this earlier. Let me just walk around over here. We got the actual shore power cord. It's kind of a efficient, cheap, effective way to do it. Shore power cord running in here. And now we have our 3,000 watt inverter going. So pretty much set up. Jeannie's taking care of the inside. Gonna get a few other things unpacked out of the truck and put them in the trailer, and we're already ready to go. Beautiful morning. Just finished our first night at our harvest host. They sell all kinds of beef products, fresh vegetables, as well as the salsas and everything that comes from those vegetables, and farm fresh eggs. So we put in an order last night because you should always support your harvest host, they say, and we're all about that. So we ordered us a ribeye and some, gosh, what did we order? Oh, a dozen eggs. This is a really cool spot. We're gonna go check out some of the livestock real quick and give you a little tour of the property for this harvest host.
Southwest Farms is all about caring for their animals and the land, while welcoming guests to experience real farm life. It's the kind of place that encourages you to slow down, learn, and really connect with where food and farming begin. Lee and his wife have spent over 12 years developing a careful, regenerative approach to producing some of the healthiest, best-tasting food in South Central Texas.
With the kind of farming we do, the idea is never ever bare soil, and 100% of the reason why we do it, but it is like one of the principles, is like we don't kill anything, we just grow it.
Yeah.
So we don't worry about killing parasites, we worry about creating a healthy soil that doesn't have parasites in it.
So our eggs that we're gonna get are gonna go from here to there. About as fresh as it gets. Got the Delta 2. Turned it off for most of the night since we didn't need the Starlink, but we ran our Ryobi fan last night, so I'm just charging up the 4 amp hour battery. We were running the TV last night off of the inverter, the internal inverter, as well as the EcoFlow Delta Pro. Turned it off once we went to bed because it was nice and cool last night. We didn't really need much, but now I'm just kind of letting the EcoFlow recharge up the onboard battery, trying to get it to 100%. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that EcoFlow Delta Pro when we head to Garner, and I'm going to hook it up inside of the truck utilizing the 800 watt alternator charger, and it'll get charged up all the way by the time we hit Garner. The off-grid system's working. We didn't have any issues last night.
Swinging into 2026 with rolling with the Rankins.
We just got into Hondo and we're at HEB. Jeannie had to run inside to go grocery shopping, but I did want to show you something. So another project that I've done recently with the EcoFlow is, hello Bella, is that under here, you'll see I have the Delta Pro and the Delta 2, and behind the seat back here, I have the 800 watt alternator charger. So as we're driving between this stop and actual Garner, I'm actually charging these EcoFlows at 800 watts. So by the time we get there, both of these batteries should be at full capacity. So the stem on our back right tire had a hole in it and it started leaking air. We thought it might have been a blowout or a flat tire. Luckily, it's just the stem. So we're just doing a little tire change as part of it. It's not fun, but
It's the first one, thankfully.
first one that's ever happened. So got to do a quick tire change. It's leaking right there on the stem. So take it to a tire shop. They'll be able to fix it, no problem.
Right.
Fun times, rolling with the Rankins.
Yeah.
Not rolling right now, but we'll be rolling soon. That's why you should always have roadside repair gear. I always leave a bin in my truck, bottle jack, flat tire repair, all of the goodies. Just for this exact reason, whether it's for your truck, trailer, whatever. It's nice.
See that's like cracking right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are like the high pressure metal ones.
Yeah.
So these aren't as flexible.
All right, so we had to have a little pit stop over here in Sabinal. Garcia Brothers did a great job fixing up our tire, putting a new stem on it. I was able to get the tire changed on the side of the road, but I don't know how to put a stem on nothing like that. So, and I don't have the parts, so we brought it over here. Guys did a great job. Definitely if you're in the Sabinal city limits or area, headed to Garner, somewhere in there in the hill country, great small business, come out and support them.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you.
Easy.
So pulling into Garner, just a heads up right now, there is some road construction going on and they said it can take 8 to 9 minutes on average.
Bella, you're so patient. You're so patient. Yes, you are. Good girl. We're almost done.
We've got Starlink up there on top of the slide, getting good internet. And I ended up, instead of doing the briefcase panels out on the ground, I ended up putting them on the roof because the way this site is, we're not going to get a lot of sunlight on the hookup side. So I've just got those running down here to the EcoFlow for now, and I can also direct them to my other solar panel MC4s down there for the onboard battery, back and forth whenever we need to, so that's good. We got a full tank of fresh water, so that way we can see how we do on our fresh water tank. We can always go dump if we need to, but we're gonna try to test it out. Then we have our little USB lights. It'll look better at night, going down the side of the trailer. And then I've got the other EcoFlow Delta 2 back here, so that way we can run all of our outdoor equipment, stuff like that.
This is roughing it.
Roughing it.
After a hearty venison spaghetti dinner and a good night hanging out by the campfire, we turn in for the night.
All right, good morning from Garner. That closed up. We had a great first evening, just kind of hung around the campfire with Bella. Went to bed. All of the EcoFlows and everything like that worked great. We still have plenty of power. I'll put some screenshots on there. Got up this morning, made some coffee with them, using the microwave. We're just using it. And we're still at like 65-70% on the big boy and probably 75-80% on the small one with the extra battery. I do have solar up on the roof, like I said, 400 watts, so we're going to see how that performs today. The interesting thing last night is when we went to bed, we knew it was going to get cold, but we didn't know there was going to be 25-30 mile per hour winds last night. Very interesting night, lots of noise. Didn't get a lot of sleep because we kept coming out here to check and make sure our camp wasn't blowing away. The solar panels weren't blowing off the roof since they're just foldable panels for now. Just trying to figure out if this is something, a project I really want to tackle as far as putting solar on the roof. For those of you out there that are big into RVing, obviously I know solar is optimal. Is it really worth it to put solar on top if I've already got, you know, 4, 5, 6 foldable panels that I can just bring, since this isn't going to be our forever camper? But drop a comment below, or let me know what you think. If it's really, really worth putting that much money into a trailer I'm not going to have for that long, which is why I built the inverter and solar charge controller the way I did on a board, because I want to be able to remove it from the trailer if the next person purchasing it doesn't want to necessarily have that. They just want a camper to be able to go to RV parks and resorts and stuff like that. I have the option to sell it with or without versus a permanent install. So this morning we're going to get up. Bella's eating her breakfast right now. We're drinking some coffee, and then we're going to head out for a hike. So we'll see you out there on the trail. We're headed out for our first hike of the day. What are we doing? We are going to take Bella over to the Crystal Cave via Horseshoe Canyon and Bridges Loop Trail Loop. It's a crisp 39, 40 degrees this morning. So
Frio on the Frio.
It's Frio on the Frio. Speaking of the Frio, there it is right there. First trail of the day. Nice and chilly. Jeannie looks like a little Eskimo. Little Texas Eskimo over here.
Not used to this. Wild Horse Creek Trail is an easy, family, and dog-friendly hike with some incredible hill country views. It's a quick trail that leads to a scenic overlook where you can see a huge stretch of Garner State Park. Definitely worth it. Something new at Garner is they now offer a few full hookup sites, which is a huge upgrade. The bathrooms and showers are clean, heated, and perfect for winter.
Okay, I told y'all I was gonna give a little bit of a tour of our solar setup. We're trying, like I said, this weekend to go completely off grid. It's cleared out now at this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to squeeze in this little storage compartment, and we're gonna do a little tour of our solar setup. So I've got a 60 amp Renogy solar charge controller going to the Bluetooth module on the other side, as well as the positive and negative bus bars. Everything is fused in between. And then over here, I've installed the battery disconnect switch that goes to a fuse that goes into the battery, which is through that wall right there. And then just, you know, semi-cleanly ran all the wires across. That way they were up and out of the way. Portable, dual purpose. Me being one of the prepper types, I like to dual purpose as many things as possible. So when we lose power at the house, I could put the briefcase panels in the front or backyard, since we faced east-west, to be able to power up the house, everything on 120, and also be able to bring it out here when we go camping. If we decide to go more off-grid, we may install a solar system in this camper at some point, TBD on that. But that's kind of our setup. That's what we're running with. So it's kind of moving panels around, kind of figuring out what's the best setup, where we're getting sun. It's a little bit of work, but I'm enjoying it. This is our first time doing it, and everything's working really well so far. So
After our hike, we took a quick walk down to the river to explore, and so Bella could dip her paws in the iconic Frio for the very first time.
Did you get that? Oh my God. This dog is punking us. She just likes to be served. She will not jump up into my truck or Jeannie's car. We have to lift her, but she just jumped like 5.5 feet up this rock. Unbelievable.
Next stop, the gift shop. It's the perfect place to grab souvenirs and snacks, and right outside is the Jukebox Dance Area, where they host summer dances. such a classic Garner tradition.
We have a meal ready to go. Jeannie does hers a little bit more taco style. I do mine a little bit more with the rice. The most important part, butter and salt tortillas.
Sit. Tell me. What is it? Bless you. Do you like camping? Sit.
You gonna need hot water sometime soon?
Go ahead and turn it on.
Okay, so now one of the fun parts of camping. It's time to go take the dump caddy over to the dump station. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up this big old boy right here with the gray tank water, and then I'm gonna haul it over to the dump station, dump it, and then come on back to camp. So just so you know, we never put black water into this tank. If we have to dump black water, we will always just take it straight to the dump station. This is for gray water only. And another good tip, never disconnect your hose. See how I brought that out of the bumper and automatically connected it, so that way there's zero chance of anything falling on the ground.
Tell the people you're happy to be camping. Yeah. All right, good morning. Sunday, day 3. Ooh, it's cold this morning. Got down to about 29 last night. Definitely ran the heater a lot more than we did night 1. And it was nice and toasty in the RV. We've had no issues with water freezes or anything like that in the pipes, so all good there. So what I'm gonna do this morning is get all the solar redeployed. I don't think that we're gonna get a whole lot of sunshine today, unfortunately. So we may have to hook up to power today. This may be the end of our little test of the off-grid, but we've gone 3 solid days. So I'm very happy with that, with the setup that we have. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put up all the solar panels. All right, we'll see what we get off of those 2 today. Still have the other 2 on top of the rig. 800 watts of total foldable solar panels on this setup. So we'll see what we get once the sun really comes up. Way too cold to go hiking this morning. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take a drive on one of the 3 sisters, possibly go into Utopia, Leaky, those types of things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and unload the Delta Pro to put into the truck so we can get the alternator charger kicking on that while we go on our drives. The EcoFlow charger comes with the standard XT150 plug here. And then you just got to get the adapter for the Delta Pro. Plugs in just like that. And then once we start up the truck, it'll start charging at 800 watts. So pretty cool little contraption. Now I got to reset up Bella's bed so she can ride with us.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, don't I do this my way? I can feel it in the air. Here I go!
So we're out on our little drive on 337, one of the Twisted Sisters. Just stopped at a little rest area, a little pull-off rest area between Lakey and Vanderpool. So we've done some of the really cool parts of the drive. Got a great little rest area over here. If you just want to pull off, have a little picnic area.
No, it doesn't even matter.
So after getting off of the 337, we decided to take a left instead of a right going into Vanderpool to come out here to Lost Maples State Natural Area. This is one of our favorite parks. We've camped here before. I will drop a link in the description for that video, or I'll probably pop it up in the corner. So that was our Lost Maples and Big Bend adventure for New Year's last year. But we want to stop here real quick, use the restroom, let Bella stretch her legs for a little bit, and then we're going to continue on over to Vanderpool and then over to Utopia. So one thing I do want to bring up about Lost Maples State Natural Area, we're on AT&T. There is absolutely zero phone service throughout this park. We're staying at Garner right now. We've had full bars. We have Starlink, so it's not a problem for us as long as they're at the trailer. We've had it out here when we've been to Lost Maples, but if you are on AT&T, you're gonna have to go out the park, hang a left outside of the park, and then you're gonna have to go up about 3 miles to the first little picnic area on the right side of the road. You'll see it. That is where you're gonna get signal if you're on AT&T, so just a little quick tip there.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air.
What are we doing?
We're just eating up some lunch real quick. I'm gonna have some orange chicken.
Oh, that's the stuff we brought with us
Yeah.
from home? Yeah.
And you said you wanted sandwiches.
Yeah, just a simple sandwich for me before we go hit the trail.
There you go.
Okay, we just made it to the trailhead for the Frio Canyon Trail. This is apparently a really good one for pups. It's a little long, about 3.3 miles. Not a whole lot of climbing or anything.
And the weather's great.
And the weather's great, yes. So we're gonna get rolling. Well, right after you get on the trailhead, there's a bird viewing blind over here. Because they have a lot of birds. Let's go check it out real quick. So in typical rolling with the Rankin style, we made a detour. We decided to get off of the Frio Canyon Trail and do the nature trail loop. Bella's getting a little bit tired, so we're just gonna go back the way we came here in a minute, get her back to the truck, and then head back to camp. I was definitely recording, but I was kind of more focused on Bella, how she was walking on like the smooth surface, the dirt, versus the rock. And I really, really hope that I just caught that in frame. Woo! All right, so our last dinner here at Garner is reheating some of the brisket just out here on the Coleman, making it a little easier. I've already started to break down camp. Got all the solar panels off the roof because we're pretty much done with the sun. Got the mini solar panel taken down that was back here. Put back in the bed of the truck since these go back to the house. These don't stay with the trailer. These are for home backup as well. Good morning. It's our last morning here at Garner. We're gonna go ahead and start packing up, get everything kind of ready to go, and then we're gonna go hike up old Baldy, just Jeannie and I. I think it's probably a little too strenuous for Bella. It's been a great trip. I'm very impressed with the solar system, with the battery bank. We went totally off grid with this between the EcoFlow system and between the solar and inverter system that I put in the trailer myself. I think 3 days, 4 days is probably the max that we would want to do off grid anyways. Struggle a little bit with water. We need to find some good aerators or something like that for our sinks because they just churn through water super fast. And we wash our dishes and everything pretty efficiently. Jeannie's pretty good at that. And it's a smaller trailer, so it doesn't have some crazy big gray tank in there. We haven't even gotten close to filling up the black tank, so we're good there. But I think this is a great test. We had great weather. I don't think we'd be able to last more than a day in typical Houston, Southeast Texas summertime, just from having to blast the AC, but we had perfect temps. We didn't even run the AC one time. The solar system and the battery bank and inverter system is totally capable of running it, but it definitely will not last very long. So I'm gonna start getting everything kind of tidied up, and then we'll take Bella for a short little walk, let her go to the bathroom and eat her breakfast, and then Jeannie and I are gonna hit up Old Baldy for our last hike of the trip. So I know this video has been a little different than some of our other ones. I know we don't have a whole lot of videos. I know it's been a little different, a little bit more technical on some of the things that we're doing, but I hope that the message of the inverter install, coming from a guy who has zero experience in that. I learned everything on YouTube. It's really not that hard. So if you're thinking about doing it, pretty easy. And hopefully it'll motivate you to say, you know what, even if I'm not super technically inclined, it really wasn't that bad and everything works really well. Could it be a little bit more effective as far as like transfer switches and direct wiring? Sure, but we don't need all that right now, especially in this trailer. This isn't a forever trailer. We love it. It's been great, but this is not something that we plan on keeping super, super long term.
So we were getting ready for the hike and we forgot the water in the truck. So Shane's going back to go grab some because you never go on a hike without water. We did this hike probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was beautiful. It was also hot and in July. So this is a little bit opposite. It's January and a little chilly. It's probably about 45 degrees, but we're looking forward to it. We would bring Bella, but I think with it being such a steep hike, we don't want to risk her getting injured before we go home. I mean, it's absolutely quiet right now. If you enjoy camping when nobody's around and enjoying hiking trails that are usually typically busy during the summer, this is the perfect time to come to Texas, or at least Garner. So we'll keep you posted, let you know how it goes, and see you at the top. I don't understand why they say wait until you're older, like, you know.
Do this stuff? No, do it when you're young. If you can.
If you can, have the time, get out and explore.
Wow, the knees. Oh, the knees are still decent. Another cool part of being here this week, not only is the campground completely empty for the most part, there's not a lot of day pass folks here. We have Old Baldy to ourselves. We're gonna try a little Jeannie rock slide. Not as graceful as Big Ben when we did that. So we stopped off in Hondo, Texas. We always stop here. It's usually one of the last gas stations, HEB or Walmart.
before we head out to the hill country. And we stopped at Billy Bob's Burgers. So Jeannie's in there finishing up the order on the burgers. I'm gonna go take Bella for a quick walk, and then we're gonna come out here and eat in the camper. This dog will jump up rocks. Come on. Everywhere. She will not jump up into the truck. Passenger princess to the fullest. He's driving the Rankin Riviera. She's done well. She's done well. She drove this thing through San Antonio in rush hour traffic one time and scared the heck out of me. Told her to drive until before San Antonio exit, wake me up. I needed a nap on our way back from Big Bend. And I woke up and we're in downtown San Antonio going 65 in traffic. And I was like, whoa, okay.
There you go, good girl. We had a wonderful time exploring the Texas Hill Country and Garner State Park. We're so grateful for this life and the ability to travel and experience moments like these together. And even with a few hiccups along the way, we wouldn't change a thing. Thank you for joining us on our Hill Country adventure. We hope you enjoyed the video, and please make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, keep rolling with the Rankins.